Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you manage to get a chance to watch it. So I hope everyone is well. Hope all your families are well. Things are getting eased, aren't they, a little bit now? So let's say fingers crossed again. Things keep going in the right direction. So okay, let's go into what we want to do today then, really, or should I say this week? So we've got about 4 things I want to cover then, really. One is your professional discussions and what they are, how they're going to work, and the work that I'd like you to do surrounding that, please. Okay. Second one really is the plan, to give you an update of where I am with it, and just to let you know a little bit more information. Okay, third one is to do with the LPG and electrical equipment testing. So again, I just want to give you again some guidance with that as well, on where to go and where to find training material. And then also the fourth one then really is in terms of how we're going to get everything pretty much wrapped up. So pretty much in terms of your professional discussions then. So obviously they're done out of college. We're not going to do them in college. I think you can appreciate why we wouldn't do them in college. I don't think there's a need or a requirement to do it in college. We can do things over the phone, so it would make sense just to do it over the phone, wouldn't it? So there's no requirement for face-to-face contact, so again, let's limit that. It would be sensible, wouldn't it? So what I'm going to do shortly is email you all a rather extensive list of areas that you need to have a look at, please. They do relate to some of the assessment criteria, so I do need you to have a look at it. Okay, and again, what I'd like you to do with that work is to basically put answers in against questions, so you're making yourself a bit of a guide really for what you're going to be asked. But in terms of those, let me just be clear on which elements you'd need to do, so you have an understanding. So you're only going to do the ones with the practical where you've not done it. So if you've not done the bathroom, you're going to do obviously that one. So PF1 is the copper pipe frame, so we shouldn't have any around that, but I've written them anyway, just in case. So PF1 is the pipe frame, BA1 is your bathroom suite, so that's the full suite, okay, that you do at the end of the programme. BA2 is your cylinder and cistern, so it's the airing cupboards you've got there. BA3 then obviously is your steel, which I know you all love steel obviously, don't you? So there you go. Steel is in there. Then obviously you've got RW, which is rainwater, MA is your maintenance, and DC is decommissioning. So if you've got bathroom to do, I'd like you to do BA1 and the DC task, please, because the decom is at the end of the bathroom suite when you take it all out. Okay, so you should know where you're up to practical. I know where you're up to practical, but let's see if you can have a good memory of where you're going to be. Okay, so obviously we wouldn't be physically doing those tasks, sadly to say. It's a shame really, isn't it, if you think about it. I know we've had the virus and stuff like that, and I get it, and that's why we have to do it. It's just a shame because I think some of you really would have benefited from doing the bathroom, and I know some of you really wanted to do the bathroom because it was, you were looking forward to doing that bit. Sorry, we can't do any other way, and this is the safest way, isn't it, of doing it. So as much as I can appreciate your frustration with that, and I get it, and it's nice that you're frustrated because it means you care about it, this is the safest way we've got to do it, and this is what BPEC are after, so we're basically going to do what they're asking us to do, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's about you getting that qualification, and that's the biggest part of it, okay? Experience comes a lot of time when people get their qualifications anyway, so a good example of that is passing your driving test and you're learning to really drive after you've passed it. Think of it that way. That's the best way to think about it. Okay, so that's the way we'll do it. So with those professional discussions, obviously you can fill them out, but please don't do this, okay? Because you can guarantee someone's going to do this. In fact, we could have a bet on who would do this, okay? So we've got 28 students at level 2. We'll discount the level 1s. 28 students. I bet 4 people will send me the stuff in that I'm asking them not to do. Bet you. Okay. We'll figure that out, won't we? We'll figure that out. Let's have a bit of a bet. Why not? We've not had a bet, have we? So we'll figure that out. So what I don't want you to do, and this is obviously for everybody, please don't do this, is fill out the document and send it back and say, there we go, Mark, I've done everything, thank you. No, it's no good. No good. We need to have the conversation. Your answers could be completely wrong, and that would be of no use to anybody, would it? So what I want you to do is not send them to me, is just to fill them out. If there's something you're not sure of, you leave it blank, you go to the next question and do it that way. Okay, and that's the way to do it. To help you to answer these questions, please use the free BPEC book. It's on Moodle. I have put it on Moodle, so you can find it. You just scroll to the bottom and it says BPEC book. You go in there, you look at the chapters, and bingo, the information's there. Okay. So again, use those. Your documents you put together, some of you put some brilliant documentation together that I've seen. start to use that. You know, that's the way forward, because that's why we've been doing what we've been doing, and your documents will help you with your exams. So it's a win-win situation, really, if you think about it from that perspective. Okay, so that's what we need to do. So you just work on the professional discussion document that I'm going to send you. You fill it out, because you write yourself some preempted answers ready, because there's quite a few questions to do. Okay, it might be quite difficult to do off the cuff, if I'm honest with you. So you're just going to prepare yourselves, get yourselves ready with a bit of a script, and then when I do make the phone call to you, you should have the information. Okay, so again, please make sure you do it. But like I say, don't send it back. Don't say it's done. Just leave it until I ring. Okay. So just in case, because somebody's going to do it, and you know they're going to do it, and then they'll bombard me saying, "Oh, you've not checked it. You've not checked it." Funnily enough, I'm not going to. Okay. So just please bear that one in mind when we are doing it. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk about really was the plan as such, really. The plan is done. That was finished yesterday, so we've done that quite quick. You don't need to know the ins and outs of this just yet, because we will be getting in touch with you, really. If you're watching it, today's a Thursday. I tend to, as you probably gather with these videos, I pre-record them, so I'm not doing them Monday morning. There's loads of reasons for that. I'll let you guess, basically, what the reasons would be. But pretty much I do them before, so they're out, so people have a bit of a weekend, they can have a look at it should they want to. Okay, so I do have some people ask. So really for next week I should almost be saying now, really, I suppose, in that respect. We will be getting in touch with you to let you know what's happening and when you can be expected to be in college. Okay, so you'll find out next week. It's easier for me to speak to you individually, because I don't need everybody on the same day, and you know why. I'm not going to teach you just in case you understand perfectly well why. So again, it is spread out. It is spread out in July. We do need that space, because there is quite a bit to do, and when you get it down in black and white, there's a lot of work still to do. And we finished, like I say, March, didn't we, on the lockdown? We've lost 3 months, so we're going to have to try to squeeze the 3 months in as best as we can in something like 4 weeks. It sounds really bad when you put it that way. Having drawn the plan up, and obviously having the experience I have, it will work. Okay. But it'll only work as long as you put something back into it. If you're just expecting the staff just to push it through and get it sorted, and you're not putting too much effort into it, it won't work. Okay, so you need to play your part in this at the same time. Guaranteed we're putting 110% into this. Okay, so, but I do need you to step up. And a lot of you, I'm pretty sure, will. Okay, so just come in and let's make sure we can get that done. So I will let you know what the plans are. Okay, well, it's not a surprise, we're not going to spring it on you. We will let you know. I just need to check 3 or 4 things first before I go ahead and do so. Okay, so that's where we are with the plan. Then in terms of your LPG and electrical, something we do need to look at, so you're going to have 2 practical tasks that you've got to actually do. So with those practical tasks as well, you will be coming into college to do those. Again, it's limited in terms of numbers and how we're going to do it. Myself and my colleague need time to reset stuff back up. We need to disinfect everything as well, and then get ready for the next person. So hopefully that's a pleasing thing to hear, that we've got to disinfect everything, so we are taking every precaution possible that we can. So in terms of those outcomes then, so if you look at outcome 3, obviously Moodle, health and safety. Outcome 3, you'll find your electrical safety all in that area there. So please make sure you look at it, you read it, and you're ready for that assessment. Then if you go into outcome 4, so still in health and safety, outcome 4, LPG's in there, LPG testing, and there's 2 links to 2 videos in there as well. So please make sure you, one, read the information, but secondly, watch those videos. So that's as much prep as I could probably give you at the minute. Obviously I'm at home and I don't physically have a random LPG bottle sitting around at home and a random electrical assessment board. But the stuff is there, and there's more than enough information to be able to pass that exam. Okay, so again, do that. What I would do, and here's a tip for you, so we're all good at tips, write stuff down and bring it in. So if you've got a little notebook, why don't you write down the steps to do things and then follow that as your guide? It would make sense, wouldn't it? That's what I'd do if I wasn't sure. So you can do that, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. Okay, so if you find that easier, get yourself ready for that in terms of there. Okay, and obviously the work for the week really, as we were saying, is just to pretty much get those professional discussions done. So you've got quite a bit to do. You've got those 2 bits of practical to get ready for, and obviously you've also got, with all of that, the professional discussion stuff to do. Okay, so any questions or any information you want to send me, by all means send them through. I'm not going to be reading your professional discussion answers for your questions. Okay, I will not have the time to do that. Okay, so just answer what you can and move on. Okay, and if there's blanks in there, we'll obviously get it sorted, because we'll have the conversation and we'll be fine. Okay, so don't stress over having a couple of blanks left on the document. don't bother. Just we'll sort it and we'll get it done and we'll get it dusted. Okay. So that's pretty much where we are. This will be the last video. It's been emotional. It's not really. I hope you found it useful more than anything else, and I hope it's made you smile some days. It's made me smile some days. Believe it or not, it sometimes takes, randomly to say, 2 or 3 attempts to do some of the videos, and you might think that's rather strange, but sometimes you end up saying things you think, well, that makes absolutely no sense to anybody whatsoever. I don't understand what I've just said, so how would you? You know, there's those little things on there. So I hope you found it useful, and I hope it's kind of giving you a guide really as to terms of where we're going and what we're doing. It's kind of the best face-to-face contact I suppose you're going to get with lecturers at the minute. We can do Zooms and Teams, but I find that the connection just drops out, and they can be relatively awkward to do. Okay, so we'll be the last one to do. Some of you will be pleased to that, and I guess there's some people that never knew it existed. Maybe that is a joke, by the way. Okay, but I guess pretty much hopefully you found them good. So any feedback would be good. It's not something I'd normally do. If you know me, and when you've spoken to me recently, you know I do a lot of music stuff on a different YouTube channel. I'm not giving you the link to that. Don't worry about that one. Okay. But you know I've done a few bits like it before, so I just hope it's had some help and has some impact, and it's giving you some guidance really. So like I say, any feedback would be good. I might have to be doing something similar next year with different groups, so your feedback is important to me. So if there's something that doesn't work or something else we could do, please let me know. I don't have masses of technology, and I don't have a big Apple Mac here to do all the stuff in. This is simply done off an iPad, and that's how I operate it. But obviously there's lots of things you can do on top of it, isn't it? But if it's been useful for you, please let me know. That would be great. So, be in touch with you all shortly. Okay, hope you're still all safe and hope keeping well. Don't know about you, the weather's changed, hasn't it? Quite a lot. We're almost having thunderstorms and rain and God knows what. And strangely enough to say, I've got some block guttering I need to sort out on my porch, weirdly. So the point I did try and do it, it literally tipped it down, and I thought, you know what, I'll just let it overflow a little bit. Yeah, typical plumber's house, isn't it? We're never finished with what we're doing. Okay, but yeah, by all means, like I say, take care of your families, okay, and I'll look forward to seeing you pretty much all shortly. We get back in, and like I say, let's go and get this done, okay? As I've said in the other videos, you all deserve it, okay? We've got the chance to go and do it. It's a short time frame, but it is for everybody across the country, so let's not go in and complain and say, oh, it's too short, it's me that tends to suffer more than you, if I'm honest. So if anyone's going to have a grievance with it, it'll probably be me, won't it? But you don't see me complaining, so we just go in, let's get it done, let's get it sorted, let's get you that qualification, okay? I look forward to seeing you. Okay, take care.